starting from scratch kind of sucks, just what it is. And I want to be really raw and transparent with you guys in terms of like where things are at. And sometimes this happens. Sometimes you go up and you get excited and then all of a sudden things go crashing down. Hey guys, welcome to day 6 of building a business from my bedroom. This is going to be a hard video to make, not to be dramatic. If you guys have been keeping up with the series, you know in my last video that I got really excited because everything kind of clicked for me. If I'm being honest with you, it no longer feels that way for me. I had a lot of changes happening with my business and my original idea. And if you are new here, hello, my name is Delilah. I'm currently in the process of documenting my journey of building a business from my bedroom. And I work a 9 to 5 in corporate tech sales and I want to leave it. I'm not happy. And I wanted to document this journey to show you guys that you can leave your 9 to 5 and that it's possible and that you don't need a bunch of money or capital or crazy connections to build a business and be successful. So that's what I'm trying to prove here on this channel. So I know I originally started this business by building a AI implementation and automation agency. Guys, oh, there's an update here. There's an update here. Let me just take a sip of Diet Coke, okay? I'm no longer going to be doing that business. And I know you guys may be wondering, like, why, Delilah? Like, you've been working on this. Like, there's a lot of potential. And I'm going to sit here and say, building a business like that is a very, very, very smart way to go. There's not much capital to start up with. It's very scalable. There's an opportunity to build monthly recurring revenue. My original idea was to start this business by using a platform called Zapier. And if you aren't familiar with Zapier, it's a very intuitive, user-friendly AI automation tool where you can literally build workflows, automations, agents, so many different things without the use of code. I don't code. I am not an engineer. I don't do stuff like that. When I found Zapier, I was very, very, very excited. I literally spent a whole week learning Zapier. I built my own workflows. I shared it with you guys. I shared my learning journey and I was actually done with learning and all I had to really do was just set up my sales process, my sales outreach plan. Again, just like simple stuff like that. And that changed. All right, guys, so we have been working at Starbucks trying to figure out Zapier because I told you guys at the beginning of the series that I'm using Zapier as my AI automation tool. But we came across a little bit of a challenge. Apparently, with Zapier, the client, I was expecting my client to actually pay for the subscription, and Zapier has 3 different tiers of pricing. So they have a free plan, they have a professional plan, a team plan, and enterprise plan. For the kind of clients that we were going to work with, it was going to be the more so professional plan because we were only going to be working with small businesses. The problem with that is that when they have their account, I thought they could add us as a collaborator to actually build out the automations for them. But the problem is that you can't do that in the professional plan. So they would have to get the team plan, which would cost the client $103 a month. I don't think we could use Zapier, which kind of changes everything and slows down everything. But as you guys saw from that clip, I know you guys see a different person there. So my brother actually decided to join me on this journey. Everyone, this is my brother,
Dylan.
I am not going to be doing this journey alone. And you will be seeing him from time to time on the videos and content, but it will majorly be my face. You know, I'm a little bit prettier than you. We don't look alike. Look at us. But I wanted to give Dylan an opportunity to share a little bit about why he decided to go on this journey with me and explain a little bit of his background.
Well, I work overnight at a hospital. I'm a monitoring technician, and this is my first job out of high school. And I've been doing it, I've been doing it for about, 4 months now. And to give you a little bit of background of why I decided to go on this journey with Delilah, well, it was about, a couple of days to a week before Christmas Eve. And I requested to be on call, just so that I don't feel tired, hanging out with my family, opening presents, celebrating, Christmas and yes, being present for the holidays. And then it hit Christmas Eve and throughout the whole, and obviously, like I said, I work nights. So was anticipating if I'm going to be on call, the whole day. It was around 9:01 PM and I got a call from the lead for the evening shift saying, that I'm going to be on call. So I was very happy. I'm like, okay, usually when when you're usually on call, you usually don't go in. I was, just very excited. I was like, okay, I get to be present for the holidays, with my family and stuff.
Everyone was happy about it, trust me, because I was
Yeah.
also like, I want him to be alive, because
Yeah.
he usually gets home from work,
Yeah.
and he's asleep until like 7 p.m.
Yeah, it's working nights, and if you do work nights, you know that it drains you. And then after that, everybody was going to bed and stuff, and it was 11:35 p.m. I got a call from my lead for night shift, and she said that I have to go in because somebody was supposed to cover for somebody but never came in. And that ticked me off. I was very mad. I was angry.
Yeah, too.
And especially considering it's the holidays, I mean, it would have been different if it wasn't the holidays, but it was the holidays, trying to spend time with the family and stuff. So I came in, my lead was like, she was, felt very bad, and she was like, I'm sorry that, you had to come in. And I was like, oh no, it's okay. And in my mind, back in my mind, I was just like, I want to kind of give an attitude. I was like, well, it's not like I had a choice. And throughout the night, I was, I was mad. And, I was just thinking about like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then I was thinking about Delilah's journey and stuff, and, how she's, starting to build a business from her bedroom. Mm-hmm. And I got very inspired, by Delilah. And then it was throughout the night, I texted her, and I said, I was like, Delilah, I don't want to do this 9 to 5 anymore.
But yes, a lot of changes within the past few days, and my brother and I basically spent the greater good of 2 hours yesterday just kind of going over the business plan. I was getting excited, he was getting excited, he was totally in line with the business idea until there was an issue with the pricing. So like I explained in the video, in order to have Zapier and in order to add collaborators to a Zapier account, our client would have to purchase the Teams plan. And the problem with that is they would have to pay for our services. On top of that, they would also have to pay for the account for Zapier. There was a few options of what we could do. We could build the automations within their account. They could just give us a password, which is not professional for one. I don't want to get into legal trouble. The other thing is that we could basically like build the automations within our own account and then give it to them, and they can build it out themselves, which again, not professional. And third option was for them to get the Teams account, which is not an option because why would they pay a small business pay for an account like that plus our services? Like, it's not a great selling point. It just didn't make sense for us. So we didn't stop there, and we came to this conclusion here. So we were going to be considering NAN.com. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that, but it's a different AI automation tool. It's a bit more complex. So there is another platform that we had discovered, and thanks to the Discord that someone in my Discord, I forgot their name, they recommended a platform called N8N. It's very similar to Zapier, but it's basically Zapier on steroids. It's definitely a better fit for agencies. So if you are wanting to start your own AI automation agency, I highly recommend getting N8N and learning that because it's way more flexible, way more powerful, and you don't have to have the client like open multiple accounts or anything like that. Like, it can all be under your own server, but it does involve coding. It does involve a lot more complex things. I use ChatGPT to kind of run me through what I need to learn in terms of like being confident as a AI automation seller. And Chat told me that it probably would take around 120 hours of deep learning in order to be confident about selling it and building automations. We don't have 120 hours to do that, guys. I got really disappointed, and I was like, fuck, like, can we do it? Yes, I can do it. My brother can do it. And I was like, I don't know about this. So a lot of things changed, and I kind of told myself, I'm like, okay, there's 2 things we can do. We can learn it, invest time into it, build an agency, and do that. Or we can scrap the idea and do something different. We scrap the idea. And the reason for this is because I don't have the time to spend to learn that. I mean, I could. Again, I could. I'm not going to say never say never. Never say never. I decided that the agency just wasn't a smart move because my schedule is crazy with work. I mean, right now I'm currently on like a PTO break for like holidays. I go back to work in a week, and spending all that time studying and taking like 3-4 months to get this business off the ground is going to be a bit of a challenge. And I wanted to kind of take a step back and just say, you know what, let's get more simple. Basically, we spent last night kind of running through some ideas and what that's going to look like. I came up with a couple of new business ideas that are more aligned with the parameters we have set in terms of the kind of business we want to set. I'll put them like right here for you guys to see. The ideas that I have right now, and again, nothing is solidified at the moment, and we're basically starting from scratch. I'm not mad about it. I'm not like pouting about it. Again, the only way to get clear on like an idea is to execute, do things, learn about it. Your first business idea is probably not going to be the one that you go with. It could be the 10th idea, the 20th idea. A couple ideas that I have right now in terms of the kind of business I want to set up is, first one is a remote cleaning business, and the second one is a Airbnb co-hosting business. I am not sure which one I'm going to go with yet. Again, these are just ideas I'm throwing out right now. So I was going to spend today just kind of like deep diving into each business, making the best decision for myself. Starting from scratch kind of sucks, just what it is. And I want to be really raw and transparent with you guys in terms of like where things are at. And sometimes this happens. Sometimes you go up and you get excited, and then all of a sudden things go crashing down. And I don't see this as a failure. I don't see this as like, I don't know, I'm not trying hard enough. Like, I feel like this is just a pivot, a smart pivot. Anyways, guys, this is the day 6 of building a business from my bedroom. And again, if you want to join the Discord community, the link is below. And if you want to follow me on other socials, I have my link tree there as well. If you do want to watch the rest of the series, if you're new here, I do have a playlist below of me building a business for day 1 through 5. So if you haven't checked those out yet, be sure to go ahead and check those out. Hopefully you guys are understanding where I'm coming from. But again, I appreciate all the immense support I have received from you guys. And if you're on a similar journey, please share it below. I want to support you and cheer you on as well. Anyways, guys, this is the video, and I will see you guys in the next one for day 7 building a business. And in that video, you'll know what I go with. So stay tuned. And subscribe. Subscribe, guys. Peace.